Ladies and gents, welcome back. Am I a minute late? Holy cow. I think I am. I was like last minuting it, just trying to get everything going. Anyway, welcome back to the Friday night live stream. I see a bunch of you guys are already waiting for this. My bad. What a crazy week though. Just everything in moderations needs to be in moderations, and it hasn't been at all this week. It's just been hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of the inquiry in my ear while I'm pulling wrenches all day long, every day, as well as my usual coming in and giving you guys videos in the mornings and then recording things in the evening. Wow, what a week! My bad. Sorry, running late today. Have a little bit of a grumbly bit happening, but hey, we're gonna make it through this. We are gonna make it through this. How's everybody doing? Really excited to be here, and just got to do my little shtick for the beginning here. If you're tuning in and this is your first time and you're tuning in after the fact, this is the Friday night live stream. This occurs at 6:30 Pacific time. That would be 9:30 Eastern. And what I do on this channel is I like to do news stories every morning. I wake up early in the morning before I go to work. I gather some of the news that I find important to me, and then I post it. I do a video about it and I post it, put it out there. Lately, I've been getting other people to help contribute to this because the inquiry is happening on in Ottawa, and that is the inquiry into the use of the Emergencies Act by the Trudeau government. So I've been having people come on, like lawyers that are involved in the case, people who are going to be testifying, and other people involved in this whole shebang. Anyway, just I'm still tweeting this stuff out, telling people, hey, I'm live, I'm doing this thing. Anyway, if you're tuning in after the fact, this is the live stream. If you are here in the live stream, welcome to the chat. Good to have you. It's really exciting every Friday. This is my gift back to you guys, the community. I like to come in and hang out with you guys for some time while we discuss the stuff. And you know, this is what we're doing. Hey, wrong cam. Where was I going with that? I was gonna go to this. This is the studio. This is where we're hanging out, and I've got all this stuff happening here, and this is how we roll. This is how we do it here. Anyway, let's get into some of this. Let's talk about the chat for a bit. Hey, Clyde, yay, Pitt's Friday. Fridays seem to be coming sooner and sooner every week. It's crazy. Time is flying these days. Hey, Clyde, nice seeing you again. Nice seeing you, Christine. Definitely. What's up, Freedom Fam? Hey, what else we got here? Looks like we have the same long knife. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize that was in the shot. I bought this off the Snap-on truck. I was like, I bet you I could do some yard work with this. That's why you buy these things. It's that's something else. But yeah, no, that's something I bought off the tool truck. It's got a very nice ergonomic grip. Ergonomics, the government's not a fan of ergonomics for some reason. I don't know why. They keep banning things that are ergonomically designed. I hope they don't get into power tools, because that would be terrible. But it looks like a lot of the provinces are saying, hey, well, I know you want to get rid of these ergonomic designs. We're not gonna oblige this. We're going to okay, not the same. I have a machete. That's pretty well a machete. I don't know what the difference would be. That's same. Hey, Professor Clyde, how you doing, James? Mate, that's a knife. Yeah, that's not a knife. This is a knife. That's a spoon. Just hand tools like hammers. Yeah, exactly. Hand tools like hammers. I don't know what they're gonna do with the ergonomics with those things, but yeah, the governments, the provincial governments, are stepping up one at a time, and they're saying no. I believe we're up to what, five provinces now, 5 provinces and 1 territory saying nuh-uh, we're not going to enforce these federal laws that they're infringing on our people's rights. Sorry. But you're not gonna do that to us. That's not something we're gonna go with. We're not gonna go for. And hey, by the way, if you're just joining in now, this is the time to take a look down just below the player. It'll be a little like button. And if you hit that, it tells YouTube's algorithm, what is good to watch on YouTube. They take your opinion, and then your opinion actually matters, believe it or not. It may not seem like it a lot of times, but it actually does matter. And if you say, hey, I like a thing, and you comment, or you hang out in the chat and you comment, it tells the algorithm that, hey, this is something worthwhile, and people of this demographic and people who tend to like these kinds of videos, we're going to share it off with more people like that. So I really, really appreciate if you leave that like. It really helps out a ton. It actually does a lot. So thank you very much for all you guys. Look at them piling in the likes. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much. What is this YouTube you speak of? Yeah, exactly. What is that? What are we talking about? Ro's been doing an awesome job. What a show. Circus at the minimum. Yeah, Ro has been doing a great job. That's why I wanted to do that video with him. He was super tired. I dragged him out. And said, I got to do this video with you. Get more eyes on the prize so we can get the information out. And no joke, you guys have been such an amazing group of individuals. You come into the live streams, you hang out here, you watch the videos, you hang out with Ro, and watch these boring days at the inquiry. But what happens is we get little bits of information. Everybody picks up on little things differently, and as an aggregate, we've been picking up on stuff, and we've been doing intel. We've been working intel and finding out more stuff about what the broader picture is, legally or just in general, on what's happened during the Freedom Convoy. We're getting a lot of stuff. Let that sink in. We'll get to that. We're getting a better picture of what was going on the policing side of things. At first, we got a better picture of what was happening on the municipal political side of things, and wow, what a disappointment those people are. Oh my goodness, I hope their parents weren't watching. That's just disappointment, one after another. Unbelievable. Spawny 420 with a 420 super chat. Come on, folks, it's 420 somewhere. It sure is. It's 6:30 here. It was probably like 6:40 now. But yeah, unbelievable, these people. Now we're getting we've been getting too much testimony from the police. I mean, it's all necessary, but holy cow, when you're listening to, a whole week of police testimony into, we're supposed to be looking into the use of the Emergencies Act and whether it was justified, but we're not seeing that. We're getting a lot of throw this guy under the bus. Hey, it's not my fault, it's his fault. Skirt my way around this. Use words in a fumbly sort of way and try to get your way around it. And that's really, really what's up. Mark Wren, Clyde, what's up with Bonnie? Never heard that one. That's an original. Bonnie Henry. We'll see what's happening with her. There's a whole lot of stanky going on there. It's just grotesque, I think, is the wiser than me man mentioned about that situation. Grotesque. Hey, Clyde from Alexandria, Ontario. Thank you for everything you do for us. It's greatly appreciated. I always hit the like at the beginning of every single video. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, I really appreciate it. And the best way to get this information out is to do exactly what you're doing. Hang out in the live streams. Hit the like button. Leave a comment in the comments section on the videos. It all helps out a ton. It's a show, Clyde. Bo, you're not lying. It is a show. Bonnie and Clyde, lol. Yeah, I actually titled a video that. I was covering Bonnie Henry, and I titled it Bonnie and Clyde. Clyde online petition for kill Bill C11. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words today. I caught a little bit of something. It made me sound like Alex Jones this morning when I was doing the video. That was unreal. So yeah, caught that, and lots of fun being sick at work. I'm making it through though. I'm fine. I'm gonna have a chill day tomorrow, and then it's we're doing Halloween stuff on Sunday, and then of course on Monday as well. Because I'm not gonna be afraid of cultural appropriation. That's not a thing. Clyde, do your Alex Jones impression. I can't do it. My voice is just killing me. It actually hurts to do it now. It really does. Yes, always like your shows. Thank you so much. Agapi, thank you so much. Hail Clyde. Hail is the acronym for the war campaign, and it's great. It's great. I think it's honor. I always forget it. I always forget what their acronym is. I just got to look it up. War campaign. War campaign. I'm sure someone's going to write it before I even get to it. I thought it was right on their main page. It isn't. It isn't. Honesty, accountability, integrity, and loyalty. Hail. Hail, brethren, as Ro likes to say. I love it. It's a great motto that they have going on there. And of course, the war campaign symbolism and all of that. You know, I'm just gonna pop them up so we can all see. I had that up a second ago. There we go. So I'll pop it up on the screen so we can all look at it. But the war campaign imagery and all that stuff, this all comes from the comic book industry. These guys are comic book guys, right? And they're fans of comic books. They write comic books. This is the thing that they do. They've been pulled away from it for the culture war and for this stuff that we're doing now. And absolutely legendary. Rohan, Kumar, Paul, and then also Pan, who's always in there with him. They have some really good back and forth. I really enjoy watching that, and especially when you're watching really long live streams about the inquiry. Check them out. They're very entertaining to watch. Christine Noseworthy, thank you for the $6.99 super sticker. Keep it up. I will keep it up. I'll do everything that I can in my power to keep going with this. Even when I've got a little, I still keep at her. Pitter patter, as they say, right? You gotta keep at her, and this is what we do. Pan equals quattro. Okay, I didn't know that. Nile, annihilation of the Wicked first album stream. What's that? I'm not. Excuse me. Not sure. Hey, Clyde, I got a question for you. Why isn't going after who caused the pandemic, like Trump or a dictator from China? Why isn't going after those who did it? Why is nobody going after them? I don't know. And I think that's something we need to get to the bottom of. I think, honestly, we've been waiting for the smoke to clear, but the smoke hasn't even cleared yet, and they're moving on to the next thing. That's how they keep you from finding justice, and they keep you from pursuing it. Is they keep you busy, keep you moving on to the next thing. No. We gotta focus. These are things we need to focus on, but at the same time, we do have other fronts that we're battling, and this is the reality of the situation. So here we go. Awesome, Clyde. Thank you, Christine. It's a long way to the top if you're gonna rock and roll. All right, let's see what's happening if we're gonna rock and roll. I wanted to get to this because it kills me. I mean, I've been telling you guys for some time now I told you initially, I go to Twitter, so you don't have to. It's the hyperbolic chamber that is Twitter. It's a grotesque place. It is full of just nasty people. And it's greasy. It's greasy as all hell. It's crazy. But I used to tell people, I go to Twitter so you don't have to. But things are changing. Things are a-changing, my friends. Things are going to be different. And this is because, well, let this sink in. And of course, that's a dad joke. Let this sink in. He's letting the sink in as he's walking into Twitter headquarters. Yes, let this sink in, people. He is now the boss of Twitter. So there's that meme, which he posted yesterday, which I believe it was yesterday. Killed me. I just thought that was too funny. And here we are. Here he is at Twitter headquarters, coffee bar, Elon Musk, talking to the staff. Which one of you is fired? That's essentially what we're all looking at. Elon is the best billionaire ever. Jojo rocks. Yeah, that's right. That's kind of how I feel. Pardon me. There's going to be a bit of this tonight. CB fixes all. We're not getting into the pineapple on a pizza tonight. Not getting into that. We've been there. Been there, done that. Oh my God, is that why he's carrying it? I just got it. yeah. Let that sink in. So he is now the owner, operator, sole owner of Twitter. He's going to be taking it private. It's no longer going to be a publicly shared company. It's going to be him alone making the decisions. Obviously, there's going to be a board and a bunch of stuff going on, but it's going to be something good. Clyde played the piano, Rick roll. No, not going to do that just yet. Good evening. Take care of that cough. I will. But I need to take care of this stream right now. But this is what we're working on. Elon Musk taking over Twitter and showing where it's at. Now, he's back at her, tweeting constantly, doing his usual Twitter stuff. And yeah, comedy is now legal on Twitter, he puts out there. And I think this is great because, well, that's where they started. They started going after comedians and whatnot with this woke culture stuff. And it looks like Twitter is no longer going to be woke. How do I know that? How do we know this? Breaking: Elon Musk fires Twitter head of legal policy who made decision to ban Trump's account. That's the thing. So we have bets going in the Discord. A few people taking bets on whether Trump's gonna come back to Twitter, if and when his account is reinstated. People are wondering, is that gonna be a thing? Can't buy YouTube. YouTube equals Google. Well, you never know. Different people could become owners of it, and you never know what might happen there. Just gotta change the culture. Here's the thing. And Breitbart said this years ago. He said, Andrew Breitbart said, politics, everything is downstream from culture. Culture is where you change everything. Hearts and the minds, we'll get them there. What else do we have here? We have Ligma Johnson had it coming. This is just too funny. This is your Elon Musk's tweets. These are his own tweets. These aren't like parody things. This is Musk has allegedly fired an entire team of Twitter data engineers as laid off employees. Raul Ligma and Daniel Johnson are pictured walking out out of the San Francisco office on Friday afternoon. Of course, Ligma Johnson had it coming. I can't believe this stuff. I love it. It's just too funny. But yeah, this is how we have the next big awesome platform. Now there's hints that there may be better video sharing coming to Twitter, and monetizable video sharing. So that might turn things around. That might get more users over there, especially content creators. You bring the content creators, you give them a thing that they want to see. Somebody just tweeted this at me. I gotta pop it up now. Somebody just tweeted this at me. Here's Vijaya Gad, the woman behind Trump's Twitter suspension, fired by Elon Musk, and there's the look on her face. Are you sure that's her? Are you sure that's her? I don't know if that's her. Maybe. It just happens to be someone who looks similar to her. As we saw her on Joe Rogan. She was the one who came on with the board member. What was his name? Jack Dorsey went on with her and Tim Pool, and they had a little argument there about Twitter's terms of service policy and how they lay things out. Well, things are all going to change, and that is the fact. I just like the Ligma Johnson joke, just kills me every time. Parag probably not going to work here anymore. That's Parag Agarwal, whatever his name is, however you pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it, but I don't care. Parag Argwal. Yeah, he's a board. He was the CEO, so he's definitely on the chopping block. Guessing, he's definitely one of the woke cultures. Now, Elon Musk also tweeting out saying Twitter will be forming a content moderation council with widely diverse viewpoints. No major content decisions or account reinstatements will happen before that council convenes. So for all those people that are hoping for all their favorite people from Twitter to be reinstated there, it's not going to happen until at least this occurs. And he doubles down on that, saying, to be super clear for all the people that just don't get it, it seemed pretty clear to me. We have not yet made any changes to Twitter's content moderation policies. So what we can know from the onslaught, because I immediately noticed a ton more traffic on my channel, a ton more traffic on my Twitter account. I would post something and I noticed a lot more people replying. It immediately lets me know that there's way more reach. I would have to constantly double check because there are checkers online. You can look and see if your account's been shadow banned. If you keep checking, I don't know if it sends a signal to them. Ooh, he's looking. Mine kept coming in and out, and it depended on the day of how it was working out. So anyway, haven't had any issues since the past few days. Really, really interesting there. John Curtis with the $20 super chat coming back from last week. Holy cow. Dropped a lot of super chats last week. Hopefully they get their stapler as they get escorted out. Yeah, you want to keep that Twitter brand stapler. Absolutely. It's a memento for their time there screwing with everybody in social media. Now, it looks like they won't be doing it. Looks like they won't be able to do that anymore. But again, no more policies happening. Policy changes won't be happening, or moderation changes, not until that new council convenes, which will be a council. And I agree with it. I agree with having people on both sides of the aisle so that they can discuss it. I don't want an echo chamber. I don't want to be part of an echo chamber. I want to be part of all the regular people. And excuse me. Apologies for tonight, guys. Just getting that cough. It's just starting now. It's starting with the sore throat. And now it's going to be a doozy. I bet. I honestly bet this is going to be a good one. Again, apologies. Wow, that really hit me. That really hit me just now. All right. Let's get through some of this before it's too late and I can't do it. Before it's too late and I can't. Twitter CEO Elon Musk has been alerted to Trudeau's proposed Bill C-11 legislation, which critics say will result in online censorship. I don't think he's happy, and this coming from the countersignal, of course. Kian Bexty. I'm not going to get into his article. I'll just go right to the tweet because that's what it's teasing at anyway. So Canada Proud tweeted out at Elon Musk saying, "Hey, Elon Musk, now that you own Twitter, will you help fight back against Trudeau's online censorship bill C-11? And he replied, Elon Musk replied, first I've heard. So hopefully we can get on that. I know Google was not a fan of Bill C-11. YouTube, at least outwardly portraying that they're not a fan of it. I don't know how much influence they've had yet in Ottawa, but we're hoping that it works out. Hopefully a little bit of pressure from the Twitterverse, when it's not just the leftyverse, might help. Linda Hunter, keep a jar of honey handy and take small amounts on the regular. It can't hurt and might help. Okay, I'll give that a go. I have honey at home. We always keep local honey because it's good for allergies, apparently. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. It's an old wives' tale, so I'm gonna go with that. I like that explanation, so I'm sticking with it. Anyway, Elon Musk, of course, is now the chief twit. Every time I laugh, it makes me cough. But that's hilarious. That's hilarious. He's the chief twit. And there's his feed. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. Go check him out. Lots of funny stuff happening on his Twitter feed, as well as, well, that was the next one I was going to get into. Might as well get into that now. Dear Twitter advertisers, and this is where I think things are going to actually come through and be good for a lot of people, is where he's coming from in his position. Now let's just work our way through some of this. I see that it's not all on the screen. I'll just read it out. I wanted to reach out personally to share my motivation in acquiring Twitter. There has been much speculation about why I bought Twitter and what I think about advertising. Most of it has been wrong. The reason I acquired Twitter is because it's important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square. Common is the key word here, where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. There is currently a great danger that social media will splinter off into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society. I have to agree with him on this. And this is why I don't get into like the parlors, the True Social, all that stuff, because it's just like it's all one way. I'd rather fight. I'd rather fight for that town square. You know what I mean? And win it so it can be level, centrist. Sometimes I appear to be right of center. You know, if the right are in power when I was the 1990s, my feelings felt left of center because I was left of all the church ladies clutching their pearls and saying video games are the worst thing for people. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty centrist in my ideas. I'd rather fart too. Brian, nice. Okay. About that cough. Oh, yeah. We'll work on it. Hey. But yeah, so I'm very much in favor of a very strong centric place to be when it comes to, oh goodness, John Curtis with a $20 super chat. I just farted and I needed the Emergencies Act to get rid of it. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Clyde, do something. Green tea and apple cider vinegar with the mother. With the mother. Oh, the mother of vinegar. You're not supposed to come in here, little man. This little cheeky guy. He comes in here if I forget the door. The wife doesn't want to be on camera. Get out of here. I'm streaming, yeah. Get out of here. Say bye. Okay, the door is locked now. Oh, my wife is so camera shy. She does not want to be on camera, so that's just the thing. Anyway, honk. Yeah, right. Trying, guys. I'm trying here. Oh, play with him. Oh, he does like to play. That's too funny. Having lots of fun here. But yeah, this is my main goal is to hopefully bring things back to the center. I think it's important to have a right and a left side of things, but I think having an extreme in either direction or only having the extremes is too much. And I don't believe that that's where we are actually as a people. I don't believe that we're actually at the extremes. I just think that what's being amplified is the extremes, and social media has that going for it. Yeah, Clyde has the coof. I don't have the actual coof, my man. I've probably had the coof several times already. I don't think this is the coof. Super cute young man. Thank you, Alice. I know you're talking about my son. But yes, I think where most people are is in the center. Most people, that's where they actually are. It's the loudest voices are the ones on the extreme sides of this, and I think right wing, left wing, only chickens need wings. Yeah, there you go. So I think everybody's in the center. Some people are right of center. Some people are left of center. Some people are smack in the middle. It depends on the thing that you're talking about. I think I fall in that line. It depends on the thing that you're talking about. Like I'm pretty liberal when it comes to people making the decisions that they want to make in their own lives, whatever they want to do, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But I'm definitely very fiscally conservative, that kind of thing. I don't like all this deficit spend. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the actual issues, but I think that people have a healthy understanding. It's just social media is exploding things, and media is using it as a tool to make money. They make a lot of money from all of this. But let's get more into what was being said here. The relentless pursuit of clicks, much of traditional media has fueled and catered to those polarized extremes, as they believe that is what brings in the money. But in doing so, the opportunity for dialogue is lost. I absolutely agree with that. That's why I bought Twitter. I didn't do it because it would be easy. I didn't do it to make more money. I did it to try to help humanity, whom I love. And I do so with humanity, recognizing that failure in pursuing this goal, despite our best efforts, is a very real possibility. Well said. That said, Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all hellscape where anything can be said with no consequences. In addition to adhering to the laws of the land, our platform must be warm and welcoming to all, where you can choose your desired experience according to your preferences, just as you can choose, for example, to see movies or play video games ranging from all ages to mature. Also, very much believe that advertising, when done right, can delight, entertain, and inform you. It can show you a service or a product or medical treatment that you never knew existed but is right for you. For this to be true, it is essential to show Twitter users advertising that is as relevant as possible to their needs. Low latency ads are spam, but high relevant ads are actual content. Fundamentally, Twitter aspires to be the most respected advertising platform in the world that strengthens your brand and grows your enterprise. To everyone who has partnered with us, I thank you. Let us build something extraordinary together. And I think this is great. I think this is a great concept. I really commend him for putting this out. And articulating it in that way. This is and especially because for a lot of people that are kind of new to online content, I've been around the block. I've been watching online content for years and years, since before YouTube's inception, and I've watched people's careers grow, and here's mine. Mine's growing. Holy cow, we're almost at 100,000 subscribers on the channel. Incredible. I think it's amazing. But one of the big first attacks on this new media landscape, because of course it's a threat to the mainstream dinosaur media that exists out there. They went and they attacked the sponsorships, and that's where they went after. And a lot of people don't understand how that situation came about. Clyde is a YouTube lady of the night confirmed. Get out of here, Joe. Anyway, God. Anyway, so the way that they played this out was they attacked the sponsorships, and most users don't understand how sponsors are sponsorships, or sorry, advertising is targeted at you. It's targeted at you. It's not targeted at the video that you're watching. Like the advertisers aren't saying, I want to be on this kind of video. And the mainstream media knows this. They're using people's ignorance against them, or against the new media. And the way it works is you get advertisement based on what you watch. So YouTube is very you-centric, actually. YouTube cares about their creators, but they care about the viewers the most. And it makes a lot of sense. They want to make sure that the viewer, and I don't think of me as a YouTube shill. I'm just looking at this as a real, like, the reality of the situation. They're a business. They want to keep people on their platform as long as possible. Longest view session, the most amount of clicks, the most amount of ads delivered. That's all they care about. That's bottom line what they want to do. Advertisers want to pay for that, they'll pay for it. And certain demographics cost more money to advertise at. And they've got their analytics down pretty good. Jeremy Fraser with the 427, I almost said Hemi, the 427 super chat. Sorry, I'm a car guy. So raw onion will keep that bug from your sinuses. Will it? It'll stop it from spreading into my sinuses? I'm going to eat more raw onion. I eat raw onion every single day, so more of that. Okay, bring it on. Bring it on. Absolutely. But yeah, so YouTube is you-centric. They care about you. They care about your user experience. YouTubers like me, I get punished. Sometimes I leave links to other websites so you can check out stuff. I get punished when you click those links. I don't care. I want you to get the information. But this is how it works on YouTube. If somebody's watching a lot of your videos and they watch a bunch of them consecutive or every day at the same time, they'll recommend more, and that's how they do it. Advertisements based on what your preferences are, not my videos. They mean nothing to do with that. Anyway, what I'm getting at is Elon Musk is addressing this directly. He's saying we're gonna make this the best place for you to advertise at, and that'll be that. Anyway, that'll be that about Twitter. Twitter, as I used to say, or as I've said many times, Twitter, I used to go there so you don't have to. Now this is kind of a place where we can all go and coalesce, and I recommend it for anybody. It's going around. Just finished 10 days of antibiotics. What? No, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not going to live with that. I'm going to get over this fast. Maybe I'll have to get some of that echinacea or whatever it is. get that going. I'll get that going. Hey, I'm seeing 537 viewers in the chat, but I'm seeing 325 likes. Hey, help a brother out. Hit that like button. It lets the algorithm, like I was explaining, that algorithm, it lets people know, or it lets YouTube know to recommend the channel to more people. It helps the channel out a ton, and just got to hit that click. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every time you guys do that. Twitter got purged. 100%. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how Twitter will be moving forward. Please, Clyde, for the chat, eat raw onion live. Nope. That's not gonna happen. Still not going there. You'll have to continue to sacrifice, Clyde. I have no problem. I'll still do that, Linda. No problem. I'll hang out there and I'll just report on the stuff that I see. Absolutely. But hey, Halloween is coming on. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It always has been for a long time. I've always liked the idea of scary stuff. I love scary movies. going out, startling people, super fun. Candy never hurts either, and it's fun. Fun festivities. Go dress up like your favorite superhero or something else. It doesn't matter. Go have fun. But in recent times, of course, there's been some issues with holidays, especially any holidays of a particular type of background. But before we get to that, let's get into some of the memes that have been happening. And one of these new memes is a meme that I love it so much. And it is the Halloween costume meme. This one sprouted out in the past week or so. It's been killing me. And that's the fake costumes that people have been coming up with. And here's some of them. Here's the petrified COVID parent. This one includes hazmat suit, 50 medical masks, vax pass, and weekly boosters. This is an adult-sized costume. One size fits most. Now hold on to your butts because this is gonna be fun. I've got a ton of these. I asked people to share these in the Discord, and there's a few. There's a few. I went through some of my favorites before going on live, and let's have a look at some of these. We've got the Ottawa resident. Includes blue jacket, balaclava, sense of self-importance. We all remember this guy. This is the Ottawa resident from the video where the honking will continue until freedom improves. That I had some people when I did that video say they knew this guy, and it turns out he's always been a righteous prick, but that's other people's opinions, not my own. We got the fiscally responsible politician. He's that's of course a unicorn. Doesn't exist. Includes unicorn mask and necktie. $31 trillion in federal debt is not included. These kill me. I absolutely love these ones. I gotta have a sip of my water because it's just killing me. I want to dress up as a broken ankle flag thief of Ottawa. Oh, that guy. I did a video of him too. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, the video. Too good. Here, let's get into some more. Vax to the max. It comes with an 84-inch casket, 2-piece suit, disposable mask, U.S. Ukraine lapel pin, cause of death and placebo and cause of death and pallbearers not included. Sorry, you're gonna have to get your own with that one. John Curtis with another $20 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. Smash that like button, you peasants, he says. Smash it. We're up at 412 likes. Love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, John Curtis. Really, really do. Cheers. Let's get on to some more of these. Sore loser. The sore loser costume. Get yours this Halloween. This one includes the blonde wig, pantsuit, baseless election fraud accusations, and a Russian collusion dossier. Oh, these kill me. Ouch. My cankle. That one was insane. Yeah, that video of that guy stealing from a 13-year-old kid took the flag. There's all these grown men carrying the flag, the Canadian flag. He steals it from a 13-year-old kid. Strong men. Clyde, my boy, is going out dressed as a lawyer. Lol. That's funny. That's hilarious. Let's go on to the next one. Female swimmer. You go out for Halloween this year. It might be a little chilly. It's October in Canada. It's kind of cold. But yeah, you could go out there as you're a female swimmer. Absolutely. This includes swimsuit, swim goggles, swim cat, tuck tape not included though. Yeah. You might wanna get something to keep that at bay. Keep that behind, keep it tucked. You got to do the old Buffalo Bill on your own. Let's move on. Moving on. We got the Ukraine. This is the Ukraine outfit, which is just a laundry machine with money in it. Includes $80 billion. Uniparty support. And the flag in the bio. Yeah, there you go. This is the Ukraine costume. These kill me. Oh, these are too good. Freeland makes my drink hide what? Freeland makes my dink hide like a frightened turtle. I believe it. I believe it. Absolutely. Here's the next one. Modern liberal, now with spit. If you haven't seen the video of Alex Stein 99 at the I don't know where he was. He was getting accosted by these people. It was amazing. Limited debate skills, hormone blocker addiction, and crazy eyes. Completely I can't say that on the channel. But G Meister, member for 5 months. Awesome. Thank you so much for getting back in there and upping your membership. Have to run. Thanks for everything you do, Clyde. F Trudeau. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next week, and obviously in the comment section on the everyday videos, on the weekday videos. Sorry, I meant to say weekday everydays. All right, next, moving on. What do we got here? Gorilla tape? That's hilarious. Gunslinger. This one killed me. Gunslinger. This is, of course, Alec Baldwin here. This is the gunslinger costume. Includes cowboy hat, vest, jeans, and a cold gun? Maybe it's a cold gun? I don't know. Executive producer not included. Oof. That's rough. Chippy's ATV with a $10 super chat. Hey, buddy. A little late for the party, but hope all is well. All is well, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I got a little cough. Making do nonetheless. And we're having fun with some of these memes that came out this week. Holy cow. We're into it 47 minutes and I'm still talking about memes. I usually hit that right away, but this week I want to talk about Twitter before we got on to that. So if you got Twitter questions, so you have to rewind or rewatch. But yeah, that's that. We already talked about that. Member for 4 months, newbie 431, did something. As I had to do that when people become a member. It says that they did something because it's, of course, the Clyde Do Something channel. So newbie 431 did something. He's a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. I'm smashing the like button from 33,000 feet. Make sure everyone else has 2. Everybody hit that like button. Appreciate it when you hit that like button. Unfortunately, you can only hit it once. It's everybody gets to say. But newbie 431, thank you so much for upping your membership and getting in there. Let's get on to some more of these. These things are hilarious. I love them. Next one. I can't say that out loud. I think there's rules against saying that. I can't say that. Anyway, this costume of this individual that we've all seen before includes 1 medical mask, 3 boosters, 1 virtue cape, and 1 sense of superiority. Absolutely. That kills me. I'm sorry if you're only listening to this. The title of this costume is not allowed. This is not allowed. Can't say it. Anyway, moving on. Here comes Stompy, the Stompy outfit. Get your Halloween costume this evening. Order it on Amazon or your local distributors, Walmart, Walgreens, wherever you go. Stompy includes $100,000 salary. does not include accountability, morality, or a native elder to trample. Unbelievable. That one's oof. That one's a big oof. That's the vibe I get. Just in case you wanted to go out as Epstein's client list, this one, of course, there's nothing there. It just includes a blank piece of paper. Of course, Ghislaine Maxwell. She was the first woman in history to be convicted of conspiring to commit sexual acts against with nobody apparently. She conspired with no one. That's what happened. Chad is hilarious. Absolutely is. Yeah, it is. The honky stomp. I like that. Goodness. Wow. Okay, we got more. What else do we got here? We got the Ukrainian oil and gas company board member. Get yours tonight. It might be a chilly one, but you'll be all the talk of the town if you go out as the famous Ukrainian oil and gas company board member. Because that's how they all look. They all look like that. Absolutely. No relation to the big guy, or Pedo Pete as he's otherwise known. Oh yeah. Oh wow. The Bidens have something else going for them over down south. Amazing. My eyes. No. Did you say tug of the town? Tug of the town? Is that what I said? I thought I said the talk of the town. Did it come out as the tug of the town? That's funny. That's not Borat. Here's no brown face. There's no brown face paint. All gross. Yuck to that costume. You're good. You're good if you're selling your country to China or embezzling money in the Ukraine. That helps out. Here we go. Here's a fake news reporter. That of course is Happy Gilmore. There from Global News, the Happy Gilmore suit. Fake news reporter includes duck lips. I'll never get over why do you in your bio you do duck face? Like, for real? Like, you trying to be a professional reporter? I mean, I'm not even trying to be a professional reporter. I mean, but like, give me a break, okay? You know, that's the face you give. I don't know why girls think that's pretty. It's not pretty. It's funny. Anyway, includes duck lips, ginger wig, extra long eyelashes, and black dress with a stain. Come on, tell me, guys. Do you think that's good looking? The duck face. Is that a thing? I don't get it. I think it's hilarious. What are you doing? There we go. One last one. And we finish it off with the littlest terrorist. This costume includes truck costume, bicycle horn, mini F Trudeau flag. Does not include bouncy castle. Oh, no. No, it does not. What's this? Hit the like because Clyde could go 90%. I'm not sure what that means. Thanks, Loretta. I like that one. This one's my favorite. That's why I saved it for last. The littlest terrorist. Of course. Oh, the truck car costume. I want to get that one for my son. He's going out as a Jeep this year. It's a similar one, but it's a Jeep and he loves it. He's so stoked about it. Linda Hunter, please give Anime a birthday shout out. He's in the chat. Anime, happy birthday to you. Yeah, big shout out. Happy birthdays. Anyone who's having a birthday today, happy birthday. He, she, Halloween. It says Canadian since 1793. I have a big cough and I'm just gonna mute it. Unreal. Just sorry, I had to do that. Jerome Noel. with another super chat. Welcome back, Jerome Noel. Canadian $20. Honk honk. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Especially with the littlest hair. This kills me. I love this one. This one is my favorite of all of them, and there are actually many, many more. Go check out the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Join the Discord. We like to hang out there. After this, I'll be hanging out there having some wobbly pops with the whole crew. This is the Friday tradition. This is how we roll around here. I just saw that John Curtis, good Canadian strong. Good Canadian strong? Question mark, exclamation. John Curtis is good Canadian strong. Yes, absolutely, Jackie. Modded, what? This is Modded X11 VODs. That's a long name. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. You better check out this 13-year-old pranker. His name is Marlo, the prankster show. Prankster now. I don't know if I can put it on because of terms of service and all that stuff. Maybe not without the now. Without the now. Marlo the prankster. Okay. 7 subscribers. He's out there doing stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely check him out. And I'll get back to you. There's one video for 30 minutes ago. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Deborah McDonald for the $20 super chat. Honk honk. Everyone with the honk honks tonight. Love it. Love it. Honk honk right back at you. Right back at you. Amazing. Thank you again so much for the super chat. And let's get into the next story I wanted to cover. I covered it this morning. This was my video. If you already heard me talk about this, I'm just going to talk about it at more length is what I'm going to do. This is from Get Woke Up. And if you're on Twitter and you're not following them, get on Twitter, follow them. Get on your Twitter and follow them. Get Woke Up. It's a news magazine. They're pretty cool. And yeah, they're definitely. I know it sounds get woke up, like be woke, but it's not woke. It's all against the woke ideology, the woke mind virus, as we like to call it. But yeah, there lots of good stories, lots of good stories. Anyway, school boards are canceling Halloween celebrations this year in an attempt to curb so-called cultural appropriation and encourage inclusivity. Read our special election story. School boards across Canada and U.S. cast hex on Halloween. And, of course, the story right here. School boards and guys that get woke up. You gotta kill this header on the website when you get to the top. You gotta kill that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, I like the rest of what you do. I just gotta kill that header that flashes down at you when you go all the way to the top. Anyway, school boards across Canada and U.S. cast hex on Halloween. Let me know in the chat if you've heard anything about this in your local communities. I have not heard anything about this in my local community. I live in a small town, like not a big town. It's not a small town. It's not rural. I mean, there's like, I want to say about 20,000 people here. That's relatively small town. But I have not heard anything of this. Every year we have great Halloween turnout. We give out so much candy and we go around the block with the kids and we have a great time. But let me know if this is happening with you guys. I've not heard that here. Well, we got to keep this stuff at bay because Halloween is one of my favorite times of year. This is one of my favorite holidays of all of them. And we got to leave it unadulterated. I know Disney has moved in, and all the big corpos, they want you to do their Halloween stuff. Whatever, we'll go along with that as long as we can still have our fun. But let's get into what's going on here. A special investigation by Raf S. Klinger. School boards throughout Canada and some in the U.S. are canceling or, in some cases, watering down Halloween celebrations this year. Let me know. Like, yeah, maybe they're not canceling Halloween, but are they watering it down for any reason? Watering down the Halloween celebrations this year in a ridiculous attempt to curb so-called cultural appropriation and encourage inclusivity among new immigrants who are not familiar with the annual tradition. Now, let me get this straight, right? There's no such thing as cultural appropriation. This is a ridiculous concept. There is cultural appreciation. There's cultural exchange. I mean, if we've had an exchange, then I haven't appropriated anything. It's just part of my culture now too, right? And that's a big thing, right? So in Canada, a long time ago, we had one sort of group of people here. Oh, we had several, actually. We had the French, we had the English, we had other groups. Things amalgamate and then they become what it was, right? Years go by, there's an influx of Italians that come over. Well, that just made your town better, in my opinion, because then now you've got Italian culture, you got, different neighborhoods. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they would form their own neighborhoods, and then there would be animosity for a bit. In the long run, it just made things a lot better. Jerome Noel with a $10 super chat. I'll go berserk on anyone who wants to cancel that for my kids. Happy we didn't get that BS. And top of the honk to everyone here tonight. Even the Truth Ministry spies. Lulz. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Holy cow, I'm not catching up on all of these. Holy cow, I gotta work. I gotta work for this. Thanks for the love for us Italians. Absolutely. I love all the peoples. Like I don't have animus for any peoples. I have animus for individuals, but that's because of their behavior and the things that they do. I don't have any animus for any peoples. It's I love all the peoples. I think there's positives to come from everything, right? John Curtis, another $20 super chat. We are experiencing psychological warfare. This is an astronomical situation in our lifetime, and it is our duty to never stop fighting so our kids can have a better life. Never stand down. Absolutely, I agree with that. Never stand down. But no. Okay, so we had Canada, the traditional whatever settlers. We had the settlers, and then next thing you know, we had so settlers, natives, French. Settlers, natives, French. That was the culture in Canada. And then we had the Italians. Oh, now we got settlers, French, Canadians, Italians, and then it all became a mix. And then here comes the Polish. Oh, here comes the Scottish, the Irish. Here comes Indians. Here comes Vietnamese. Here comes whatever. It's a big mix. It's a big fun mix. And what do we get out of it? We get a richer culture, and we get better understanding of other people and the things that happen around the world, and people that want to come here and live free and all that stuff. I'm a big fan. So, but the whole idea is not cultural appropriating. We're not appropriating it. We're appreciating it. If I wanted to dress up as something, I'm appreciating it. I mean, Justin Trudeau, he gets a lot of flack for his India trip. I mean, you should get a lot of flack for the blackface and all that stuff. He gets a lot of flack for the India trip, but he was at least just. I think he was kind of just trying, but he's a sociopath. He doesn't understand that it's inappropriate. Whatever. But I don't think that's appropriation. I think it's appreciation. In fact, my wife is Japanese, and I've heard white ladies on Twitter saying that if white people are dressing in kimonos and stuff, they call it cultural appropriation. In Japan, they love it. They love it. They're like, what? You want to come? You could go anywhere in the world. You come here and you want to dress in our traditional garb? Absolutely. On board. Anyway, Deborah McDonald, the $20 super chat. Thank you for hosting so many great people on your channel. Absolutely. I want to host more people. This week, I have Maxime Bernier coming up on Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to having a chat with him. I know a lot of people, news media wants to call me a conservative YouTuber. I'm not a conservative. I mean, I signed up for the Conservative Party to vote for PP, so he would win the nomination. Doesn't mean I'm voting for him. He's got to win my vote still. I'm not tied down to anyone or anything in particular. But yeah, I'll bring Maxime on and we'll have a chat and let's we'll talk some things out. Absolutely. Clyde, have you heard about the surveys that's going through Ontario Schools, anti-racism. I haven't heard about any surveys. I heard about the CRT that they're trying to push on our kids. And CRT, which is the anti-racism, it's not anti-racist. It's adopting racism as a tool to fight racism. I don't think it's trying to fight racism. I think it's divide and conquer. Critical theory. It's called critical race theory. Critical theory is postmodernist, Marxist garbage. It's about divide and conquer. That's what that's all for. Canadian since 1793 with a $2.79 super chat. No comment. Thank you so much though. Really appreciate it. Excuse me. My adult son is going to a costume party. As I said, Mexican. You have the poncho, a sombrero, and you shave your beard. But it has one costume. Okay, whatever. It's not appropriation. It's appreciation. Honestly, I've heard that people go to Mexico, they put on the poncho, the sombrero, and people are like, "Yeah, that looks great. Hey, you look great. You look great. Nice." That's absolutely. I think it's great. It's like, people come to Canada and they put on a Sudbury dinner jacket and some blue jeans. You're like, "You're appropriating my culture." No. No, not at all. I think it's great. Come over, put on the Canadian tuxedo. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Sudbury dinner jacket. That's I don't have mine in the room with me right now. That's a flannel jacket. It's a Sudbury dinner jacket, and the Canadian tuxedo. That's the denim on denim. Extra points if you got the denim shirt underneath. So yeah, it doesn't have to be red plaid. It does not have to be red plaid. No, absolutely not. Liam Reed with a $5 super chat. Trudeau must honk and go. I like that. I like that one. There are some cool videos showing Japanese grandmas running around and tidying up kimonos that foreigners are wearing, smiling so wide and feeling honored that their culture is loved. Absolutely. That's the way people feel. A number of years ago, there was a woman, a young lady in America who went to the prom and made national headlines because she wore a traditional Chinese dress to the prom. And it wasn't some like traditional dress where it's only permissible at a particular type of venue. No, it was just a fancy dress that is more traditional style Chinese, and made headlines in North America as culturally appropriating. My culture is not your prom dress. Well, a dress is not your culture. I mean, it's a part of it, and it's a piece of garb that's beautiful, and it's showing it off is appreciating that culture. Now, they took the same photo and they showed it to people in mainland China, and they said, "What do you think of this?" And they were just like, "She's beautiful. That is so beautiful. She's wearing it so well and elegantly. We love it, and we appreciate that people around the world are appreciating our culture." That's the way we need to look at the world. This is how we look at things. This is how we do it. We appreciate each other's culture. When I grew up in Motor City, Windsor, Ontario. I played the bagpipes as a kid, and I played at the Scottish club, and I played in the Scottish club pipe band. And every year we would do this thing, and it was called the Carousel of Nations. My culture is not your prom dress. Said no Chinese person ever. Well, not a Chinese person in China. Some crybaby in America that maybe has loose affiliation in relation or whatever. But yeah, it's always click unacceptable fringe with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Derek. Clicked on the pran button, and all it did was take my money. Clyde must have a pran. Better be a good pran. All right, too many prans. Noise, Clyde. Love the pipes. Yeah, I grew up playing the bagpipes. And so we used to do this thing. It was an event in Windsor, Ontario. It was called the Carousel of Nations. If people aren't familiar, Windsor, Ontario is a place, it's kind of a hotbed for refugees and immigrants. And a lot of people would move there. And it was just kind of you're there, okay. So I grew up with a class, and I'd say like 50% of the kids were like white kids, and the other 50% were a mix from wherever other cultures. And I'm not saying just like first generation for them. There were some of them were second, third, fourth generation, but it was just like it was such a mix of people. And then there was a mix on top of that. You know, there's like people whose parents were mixed and whatever. So, but we had the cultural centers all across the city, and there was the Scottish club, there was the Anglo club, there was the Indian club, there's the Serbian club, there was the Turkish club, there was the everything. There was a club for it. And the Carousel of Nations was there's this concept that over I think it was like a 2 or 3 week period or a whole month, particular days, the different cultural centers would put on an event. So we would put on an event at the Scottish Club, and we'd have the pipe bands playing. We'd have haggis, and we'd have, Iron Brew, because the best soda in the world is Iron Brew. And you have to, people would play up to the stereotypes, and it was a lot of fun. We had the Highland dancers. They were beautiful, and they did a fantastic job. And people from all the different cultural centers would come in, and they would join, and they would have a great time with us. And that was, we didn't do the caber toss right inside the club. That wasn't a thing. Canadian since 1793 with $13.99 super chat. Thank you so much. No message though. No, nothing written on there. Leave a message. I'll read it out if you'd like. But yeah, so that they would come to, we would hold an event, and then every other cultural center would hold these events. And it was called Cultural Appreciation. And people would come into the Scottish Club, and we'd have pendants for them, and they could come in, and people would wear kilts. They wouldn't be like real kilts. They'd be just, like a schoolgirl dress. Girls would come with their schoolgirl dresses on. And we didn't ever think anything negative of that. We thought it was fantastic. Deborah McDonald with $5 super chat on Gabriola. Gabriola is am I pronouncing that right? On Gabriola Island, we have 4th gen welfare. Is that warfare? 4th gen warfare welfare. Are you talking about the welfare? Like that's the culture? There could be a culture around welfare, and that's a real sad tragedy, honestly. I got sidetracked there. Thanks. Canadian since 1793. How the hell can you send a super chat and a chat comment? LOL. I don't know. It's just in there. When you hit the super chat, there's a little text option in the thing, and then that's where you put it. But anyway, I was keeping my eye out for your name, and then that's the chat you had. Anyway, so play them pipes, Clyde. I still have my pipes. I haven't played them in years. And everybody always asks for the same song. Can you guess it? Guess the song that everybody asked for in the chat right now. I'll tell you if you win. If you guessed it right. Put it out there. What's the one song that everybody asked for on the bagpipes? It's pretty common. But yeah, that was the one. I'm waiting. Oh wow, nobody's guessed it yet? Because I'm seeing Danny Boy, Scotland the Brave. Scotland the Brave is probably the more common one everyone always plays. Oh, there we got it. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing more of it now. Braveheart, get out of here. No, of course, it's Amazing Grace. A lot of people answering that correctly. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, too funny. Daddy Cool. Corn Pop with the $1.99 super chat. We doing it. Mile Clyde Club. Amazing. Nice. Thank you so much. Tammy Jubinville with the $10 super chat. I grew up in Windsor too. Carousel was the best time. Oh, and the food. Not everyone's a fan of haggis though. Not everyone's a fan. It's a tough one to get used to. You're not gonna get used to oats in a sheep's stomach. Oats and mince in a sheep's stomach. But it's a big old sausage. is what it is. It's traditional. It's traditional. You can show up on Rabbi Burns Day too. It's always a good event. But yes, the food, amazing. You go to all the different cultural centers. I'm a big fan of Indian food, so there's like all the amazing. Lee Sansom with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. No message again. People having a hard time finding that message thing. Anyway, this is why I think cultural appropriation is just a bunch of lefty garbo that's part of this cancel culture war that's only purpose is to divide people up and get people mad at each other. That's the purpose of it. There's no other purpose. Cultural appreciation actually brings people together, and I think that people should be brought together more and more and more. I'm a big fan of people showing off their cultures and taking all the best parts of those cultures, and then we end up with better stuff, better ways of living, and just everything just all the best comes out of it. All the best comes out of it. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm absolutely a big giant fan of that. So that's it. Is it haggis or hubris? The hubris. It's haggis. And Haggai, if you have many. Haggai, it's the plural. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into more of this. This year, they tried to cancel under the radar. The board was silent on the issue publicly, but indicated to the schools to play it down. A very concerned father tells Get Woke Up some schools have ignored their suggestion or the suggestion. An international memo leaked to Get Woke Up. An internal memo leaked to Get Woke Up proves that some school boards are attempting to quash one of the most loved traditions in a child's life. The internal doc cites, if students choose to wear a Halloween costume to school, they should not be reprimanded unless the costume is discriminatory, representative of a person's culture or religious beliefs, or violates the health and safety of other students. It then refers parents to an article from left-wing radical feminist site Everyday Feminism. Okay, so we all have to go to Everyday Feminism to find out what's appropriate at Halloween. Unreal. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that, honestly. But if my kid was like, I want to be a nun for whatever, okay, weird choice, but whatever. I wanna be Friar Tuck. Those are religious things. I mean, what if that's what you're doing? What if you're doing that? Maybe everyone's going out as like the merry men and Robin Hood, and you need a Friar Tuck. Is it against the rules because it's a religious thing? Get out of here. It's just arbitrary rules for no reason. People are getting offended on other people's behalf. And I think that's where a lot of problems happen, is when people get offended on other people's behalf. The other person is not offended. You don't have to step in and say, "Oh, step out of the way, Jim." Step out of the way, Jim. I got this for you. You should. Like, no, it's not how it works. Don't be offended on other people's behalf. If it's not, and always remember this. Always remember this. Offense is not given, it's taken. It's taken. People aren't intending to offend people unless they're intentionally intending on offending people. Offense, oh, Joe's saying it right at the same time I'm saying it. Offense is taken, not given. How did that happen? Oh, goodness. Yeah. So yeah, offense is taken, not given. So, and the idea that really set me off, because I'm like, how did I think of that at the same time as you're writing it, even with the lag? But that really set me off. It sent me in another direction there in thought. Anyway, yeah, you can't, when you're doing a thing, you're not unless you're intentionally intending to, and most people don't do this. People aren't intending to offend people unless that's exactly what they're trying to do. And then usually it's apparent. If it's just inadvertent, Don't get offended. Don't get so offended. Don't be such a little snowflake. Don't be such a little... grow a pair. It's time to harden the F up. How do I take a crap then, Clyde? Okay. As we're getting into semantics. Do you take a crap or do you leave it? I don't know. It's the philosophy. Clyde, do something philosophy for the evening. Goodness. Anyway, while some parents are taking this canceling, others are left in the dark. What does a discriminatory costume look like? Says Sandy, a single mother of 2. I don't want my child to get sent home because they've offended or triggered another child. It's not even worth the risk. No children are triggered. I'll tell you that straight up. No children are triggered. They're not. Unless they're taught to be triggered. Children don't care. They don't care. If you don't talk about the differences between races and sexes and stuff to kids, they just go in the schoolyard and they play with each other. That's what they do. And they do it really well. And that's just how it is. Clyde, do something. You are in costume as a Canadian freedom fighter? Get out of here. Yeah, they're not racist either. No, they're not. They're not. Like, and I'll tell you this, because I have mixed kids, and my mixed kids hang out with Japanese kids, and they hang out with other kids that are of, if I go to the park any given day of the week, it's my kids, and then there's other kids that appear to look like they might be Filipino, or they look like they might be Caucasian of some variety. There's too many varieties to even think of. Or, dark-skinned kids, whether it's they're of Indian descent or African descent. I'm not the one to judge until I know where they actually came from. For all I know, they're from here. And that's how I just assume it. I just assume it always. Oh, they're from here. They're from here. And kids are just kids. Kids are just kids. Leave it to them. They all like each other. I mean, they don't all like each other, but Clyde is a closet progressive. Lol, get out of here. No, I just think that people aren't bad people. Just period. That's my thought. I'm sticking to that. The woke agenda, which has infiltrated mainstream media, newsrooms, corporate human resource departments, and all levels of government, has now made its way into your child's classroom. Parents are seeing everything from school libraries stocking their shelves with bad stuff to undermining traditions like Thanksgiving. Yeah, Thanksgiving is bad now. You're not supposed to be thankful. The father we spoke to went on to say that he was so incensed at the decision that he purchased 1,000 candy bars and donated them to his child's school, but has no clue if they're going to be distributed. I'll be telling them at Parent Council that students will be attending in costume. I will be telling them that any new immigrant would be happy to learn about our Halloween tradition. And I agree with that sentiment completely. Why would they not want it? Why would they not want it? As ABC News reports, the tradition of canceling the holiday is catching on in the states such as Ohio, Washington, Michigan, New York. Anyway, the article keeps going on for quite a bit. It goes into much more detail. Definitely recommend the read. I'll put this link in the description down below. I'll have to refresh it. So I'm just going to pop this in here. Get woke up article. So that's in there for everybody to observe and check out for yourself. Clyde, do something. These people are so out of their minds. It's like being told by them you're appropriating oxygen while they're breathing oxygen. Yeah, we're not taking anything from anybody. If you get a cultural exchange, it's kind of like It's kind of like information. The whole information age is, okay, here's a bit of tricky philosophy, right? We all know intellectual property. Intellectual property is like most other properties, but there's one major difference. A lot of it is infinitely reproducible. So the reason why property laws are so important is because if you steal something from somebody, they no longer have it. And to protect property rights is to protect one's property from being, usurped, like taken from them and used by somebody else. So, taking someone's property in that sense. Now, intellectual property is a tricky one because it's infinitely reproducible at no cost, and that's where IP laws get tricky, and the philosophy behind it. Its whole concept. Where was I even going with that? I was going with cultural appropriation. So if culture is rubbed off onto somebody, it's at no cost to the people who originally had that culture. It's at zero cost to them. You're not appropriating it. You didn't lose it. You didn't have it taken from you. It's not gone. It's not gone at all. Why is being offensive treated like a crime? Crazy times. Absolutely. I think people should be provocative or offensive. I think it's a healthy thing to be. Because this is how we get somewhere. This is how better new things come about. It's by rocking the boat, and it's by actually pushing against norms. This is how it is. And in that process, you're very offensive to other people. I think what was it? Jordan Peterson said that the best when he was interviewed by Kathy Newman. He stumped her on that one. It was how can you be so offensive? I should just pull up the clip. I'll pull it up here. Jordan Peterson, Kathy Newman, offensive. Peterson, I think it's the gotcha. The gotcha moment.
You cited freedom.
Yeah, so this is the clip. Uncle Chico with a $10 super chat. Love your videos. Keep up the great work, sir. Pura vida. Or pura vida. I don't know what the pura vida means, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Uncle Chico. Thank you so much. Jerome Noel with a $2 super chat. Be a a-hole so you find people, find your type of a-hole. Yeah, okay. Be an a-hole so you can find your type of a-hole. That's how you find the people that you want to be around. Clyde, please remind folks that the Justice Group for Keith Wilson's legal team, RE Emergencies Act, to find them. Keith Wilson's justice team, the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep reminding people. I'm going to keep having Keith on. Keith's been on the channel a few times now, and I'm going to keep having him on. So definitely going to keep people posted on that one for sure. But let's get on to this. This is the famous moment with Kathy Newman where Jordan Peterson, but he makes this argument about being provocative, being offensive.
Freedom of speech in that. Why should your right to freedom of speech...
Okay, I got to make it a little louder. It's a little too quiet. Why should your freedom of speech trump other people or whatever?
Cited freedom of speech in that. Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
Well, I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Well,
I'm very glad that I have exercised my freedom of speech.
You get my point. It's like you're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on. So and that is what you should do. But you're exercising your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Hello, darkness, my old
Oh no, I can't have that music on here. I can't have that music on here. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
you have got me. You have got me. I'm trying to work that.
Gotcha.
You have got.
Gotcha.
You have
That's
got
the
me.
moment. Gotcha.
You have got me. I'm trying to work
about
that through in
time.
my head. Yeah. It took a while.
About time. Thanks for that. Whichever the world pioneer. Thanks for almost getting me copy striked by Simon and Garfunkel. Really appreciate that. Jeez. Where are we? Canadian since 1793, $6.99 super chat. Finally figured out how to put the comment in the super chat. Freedom is the sure position of those alone who have the courage to defend it. Pericles. Is that Pericles? How do you pronounce that? I thought it was a Greek Athens statesman. Order and general. Pericles is a Greek politician and general during the golden age of Athens. He was prominent and influential in Athens politics, particularly between the Greco-Persian Wars, and the Peloponnesian War, and was acclaimed by, I can't pronounce that, to contemporary historian as the first citizen of Athens. Wow. Pericles. Freedom is the sure possession of those alone who have the courage to defend it. Thank you for the insight. Wow, I really like that. I love getting these quotes especially from a long time ago. Really old history. Amazing. Honk in the chat. Love it. All right, here we go. I'm moving on from the cultural appropriation talk. Let's get into some of the highlights from the Emergencies Act inquiry. I'm not gonna go too in depth. We've gone really in depth a lot. This is fun time. Let's hang out and look at some of the highlights that I have here from this week. This is just from today. Chief Sloly was literally the fun police, according to his testimony in the Emergency Act inquiry. I don't know. I had to tweet this out. I'm at work. I'm pulling wrenches. And then he says, he's talking about how there was mayhem and there was all this stuff happening. And worst of all, it was fun. He literally said that. He actually said, and worst of all, it was fun. And I didn't want that to continue. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's literally the fun police. He's the chief of the fun police. Jerome Noel, a $10 super chat. I forgot last call to have say on the public inquiry. Gave the link on Discord. It's up till Monday. Oh, okay. Last call to actually have your thing read out. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. Yes, I see it in there. Okay, it's in the Discord. Can I just copy this link and put it in the chat? So there's also there's the link there for the public. Yeah, share your views. Get in there and be polite. No swears. No political rhetoric. Don't follow the lead of like what all these people have been saying in their testimonies and try to like scapegoat or say your opinion on these people or those people. Simply say on the merits that they did not have the justification to declare a state of emergency, to invoke what used to be the War Measures Act, and since Trudeau's daddy abused the War Measures Act, they actually rewrote it so that it couldn't be abused, and he's next generation abusing it again. Voice your opinion to say no. Where do I get the honky stomp costume though? I'm sure you can find like a Mountie on a horse costume, and then get your little kid to dress up like a a native elder with a walker and go out. That's just cruel. That's so cool. Oh, oof. I do declare. Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, the fun police, that was a thing that we heard. Also, in this, there was a quote that caught my eye, and it caught Roe's eye. He was he's really good for this. When they pop up the documents, he'll put them on the screen. He'll capture them and he'll highlight things that are on there. But this is one thing in one of the notes from a meeting where at the time police chief of Ottawa, Sloly, was taking notes about his conversation with Diane Deans, and he actually wrote down, "She's accusing us of not responding to crimes. We don't respond to Twitter. She needs to report any threats." And I thought that this was very interesting because at the time, so many people were saying, there's threats, there's all these accusations. Unless you have, as a reporter or whatever, unless you have a police report that says a credible threat happened and somebody filed it, it's just junk. It's absolute junk. And this was the problem. Marco Mendicino was running around telling everybody there was threats of rape going on. Never happened. He didn't hear that from somebody. He didn't read about it in a police report. He heard about it, hearsay rumors, and just spread it like it was gospel. And that's, Marco Mendicino must go. Absolutely. And this is what was going on at the time, is that somebody would make up a rumor, the CBC would report on it, or a politician would say it, and then the CBC would report on the politician saying it. The police would read it as if it was like a legitimate thing, because they believe the news as if they're a legitimate thing, and that's how it would go. It was a circle of nonsense, absolute nonsense. And we're sitting here watching the convoy happen on all the live streams, watching Viva Fry, watching Live from the Shed, watching War Campaign, watching Zot, watching, and if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry, but there were so many of them streaming. But you could bounce around from stream to stream to stream, and in fact, now you have this website. And actually, I spoke with the owner of this website, and she said, "Thank you so much for the shout out, but every time you shout out my website, traffic goes crazy, and it makes my life very busy." So I would encourage you to go to this website more. But I'm actually going to have her on, and we're going to chat about putting this together. But this is one of the best evidentiary, I guess you would say, websites out there. And this is a website where you can go and you can see on real-time GPS where every streamer was that was streaming the convoy, where all the roadblocks were at the date and time of that you put in the coordinates here, date, time, and then you can go along and you can see who's streaming. Go back and watch them real time, like actually just click them and watch the archived videos on YouTube, and you can see where all of them overlap. It's just incredible. This is such an incredible resource, unreal. And again, I'm going to put this in the description because it's just crazy. Convoy Live. The Convoy Live website. For anybody watching this back later, the link will be in the description down below. Live. What would you call this? Convoy Live Index? Or database? There we go. Boom. In the description. You guys can check this out later at your leisure. So, but I definitely recommend having a look at it because this is just unreal. It's just such an incredible resource. So, and all these people are freaking out and making these false accusations. You can go in there and just have a look. Have a look. Oh, okay. Accusation was made on this date about the day before. Okay, I'm gonna go look at what was happening the day before in that timeline. Liam Reed with the $10 super chat. Hashtag Trudeau must honk and go. Hashtag investigate Trudeau Foundation. Hashtag USMAC chapter 27 and 27.5. I hope I got all that right. Thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Remnant saying mendacious, malevolent, mischievous, malignant, malicious Marco Mendicino. You forgot Pinocchio. You forgot fallacious. Fallacious, and not in the sense you might be thinking, like false Mendicino. Oh, that's kind of funny. That cracks me up. What else have we got here from the inquiry? This one, I mean, it just speaks for itself right here. This is OPP intelligence officer Pat Morris says there was almost no reported criminal activity. Oh, that goes against all those narratives. But yeah, well, here's his own words.
So first, coming across Canada, and I'm going to speak bluntly, but I have to say that I'm trying to be blunt, but I don't have all the facts in relation to this. There was almost no reported criminal activity of any of this activity coming across Canada. There was a motor vehicle collision on the day before the event, and that had to do with somebody running into somebody who was in the Freedom Convoy. So it was conspicuous for the absolute lack of criminal activity.
Conspicuous for the incredible lack of criminal activity. Unreal. What else have we got here? Thomas Carrick, I think up Schitt's Creek, this one. Ontario Provincial Police Commissioner claims that the phrase potential threat used in the, I think it was the I forget the name of the report. Anyway, it was a formal report on the intelligence to do with the convoy. There's another formal report saying potential threat. He used, let's start that sentence again. Ontario Provincial Police Commissioner claims that the phrase potential threat used in a formal report, the word potential is immaterial. He's just like, oh no, it's immaterial. I think that the authors of that didn't mean to have that word in there. It's not material. Threat is the and then he elaborated on to say that it was some sort of imminent threat. It's like, why they bothered to use that word at all if it is evidently just a decoration for the next word is beyond me. Why would they use the word potential if they actually meant imminent? I have no idea. Unreal. Canadian since 1793, the 279 super chat. Freeland makes me impotent. Honk honk. There you go. Here comes coughs again. Legalese. Speaking legalese, that's right. What else do we got here? Okay, so this is something from the same guy. Rohan Kumar Paul of the War Campaign doing his due diligence as he was watching this in real time, pulled out these clips and edited this and put it out on Twitter. This is another clip where it seemingly he's contradicting himself in two different hearings here.
Thank you, Chief Bell. Through you, Mr. Chair, we did identify it as a threat to national security through the Provincial Operational Intelligence Bureau on or about the 7th of February.
Okay, and I think the superintendent's evidence was that there were no threats that materialized, and it said there were no credible threats to national security. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. And that's a very important part and piece, is that when you move from strategic intelligence into operational and tactical intelligence and establishing thresholds for mandates and thresholds for charges, that further analysis needs to be done to determine whether it's credible and whether that threat actually came to fruition.
Okay. But I take it you're aware that once the February 7th Hendon report was published using the phrase potential threat to national security, CSIS and INSET contacted Superintendent Morris and were concerned with the use of that phrasing and that language in the Hendon reports.
I'm not aware of who contacted who, but I certainly was assured that those conversations took place. And I think Superintendent Morris did a very eloquent job of explaining the intention of the Hendon reports. He is the foremost subject matter expert in this province as it relates to intelligence. And I would have hoped that he would have described to the Commission that those reports were for strategic purposes, for decision-making and planning. And those references to possible threats to national security, I would suggest to any police leader, ought to be taken extremely seriously.
And big shout out to War Campaign for the ongoing coverage. Absolutely. And I had Ro on this morning in my video this morning. I drug him out. I said, Ro, I gotta have you. I gotta have you come on. We gotta talk about this. He's like, man, I'm tired. I said, dude, we need to get more eyeballs on your show. We need to get more eyeballs out there watching this stuff, because it's all of us. It's all of us that are gathering and compiling this stuff, where it's a lot to absorb for a lot of people. And when you have more eyes on it and more people watching it, more people pick out little things and go, hey, that didn't make sense with that. And here we go. And that's where, yeah, I drug him out. I did. He's like, man, I'm tired. I was like, get on here. We're going to shoot a video for 10 minutes. And it's really good. I'm glad he did come out. And I'm actually looking forward to going out to Ottawa sometime and visiting him and going to have some steak dinners. But yeah, that was the that's where we're at with the inquiry so far. I wanted to talk about so many things. I always plan too much. I talk about a lot of things, and then we get only so much time. I definitely want to tune in on this one. I think this will. I'm worried it'll get people riled up though. Ajo with the $6.99 super chat. Ajo, it's AJO, isn't it? I remember this. $6.99 super chat. Happy Friday, Clyde. Looking forward to your 100,000 sub milestone. Thank you for bringing us the real news in Canada. Cheers from Alberta. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward. AJO. I'm really looking forward to hitting that milestone. Where are we at right now? Looking at the channel here, we're at 97,000 subscribers. That's unbelievable. Unreal. Thank you guys all so much. It's all because of you guys. It really is. It really is. Wow. I'm flabbergasted. My flabber is gasted. My gast is flabbered. I don't know how you say that. But let's get into some more of this. Yeah. Let's have this one. Wow. This might get people a little riled up. But this is about taxes. And you know what? It's great that we have entities out there that are sticking up for us, and sticking up for a lot of us that don't have time to go and lobby the government that's out there sticking up for us. And here's a little clip here. Hit the super chat first. Canadian since 1793 with a $2.79 super chat. I'd rather give you cash than my ex-wife. Fair enough. Thank you. Taxes piss everybody off. And apparently they're pissing more and more people off a lot. So in Canada, I'll just preface this. Lisa Broadbent, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. No comment, but thank you. I really appreciate that. The thing is, Canadians for the longest time have been looking at the amount of taxes that we pay here in Canada and go, you know what? It's a trade-off. We got free healthcare. We've got this and we've got that, and it's a great place to live. It's I'm okay with that. A lot of people felt for a long time. In other words, your bagpipes are blown. That's funny. But people are becoming a little less satisfied. Our tax bill is going up. Our benefits for those taxes are going down. Our healthcare system is trash. It's falling apart. In fact, I have an article here that I was going to get into, and this is majority support private healthcare options for reimbursements for surgeries abroad. This is a growing thing. And the scary word privatization. That's a scary word that everybody's afraid of. Privatization. That is a scam word. If you've ever heard that word is loaded. And why is it loaded? It's because that word it has this presupposition, a presupposed idea inserted into a word that doesn't belong there. It's this idea that if something becomes private, it ought to be run by the government, and it's meant to be believed that it's always been run by the government. That's the problem. And capitalism, I don't like using that word because that word is a Marx word. It was coined by Karl Marx and Engels, the word capitalism, in his book Das Kapital, and in which he comes up with a straw man argument for why capitalism is no good. And the actual term is market economy. And this is why I always talk about the market economy. Now, privatization comes with this loaded term that things ought to be run by the government and that they always have been run by the government. Healthcare has not always been run by the government in Canada. That has not always been the case. Free market, people like the term free market. I just say market economy. As soon as you say free market, what was the word? We figured out this. I'm trying to think of the word. It's a loaded word. People assume a thing based on that, based on a group of people that use a particular verbiage, right? And that'll paint you into a corner. Oh, okay, you said free market. He's one of them free market capitalists. He's one of them guys, No, just say market economy, because that's what it is. It's the market economy. I like the idea of people being able to open up businesses, and I like the idea of property rights. The market economy is predicated on the concept of property rights being upheld for everybody. You can't have a market economy without it. If there's no property rights, somebody will come in and take your stuff. That's socialism. It's communism. It's all that stuff is the same. It's a Marxist ideology, which presupposes the idea that property rights are not to be upheld. That it presupposes the idea that everything should be owned by the state, by a collective body. And it's never a collective. It's that guy that runs everything. It always comes down to the guy that runs everything, or that crappy group of people that don't care about everybody else, but run everything, and they run it terribly. So it's in a sense, where was I going? I was going into the idea of privatization being this like scary word. Don't be scared by the word privatization. It's just you could call it the annexation from socialism, or the annexation from annexing this industry from communism. We're going to take it away from most Canadians don't realize that Canadians are, I think they're the only country, Canada is the only country in the civilized world that has a public health and not a private option. If the public health fails you, you're hooped. That's it. Most people don't realize that. Anyway, it all comes down to people are not satisfied with what's going on with their tax money. Cam Free with a $13.99 super chat. Capitalism, democracy, socialism, and Marxism are just terms given to us by the cabal. They have given us politics and messed with our languages. Nothing is what it appears. And this is why I like to get to base definitions of terms. I like to talk about what the things are. I don't call it capitalism. I call it the market economy, because it's an economy and it's a marketplace. I'm talking about from the ground up. I'm talking about right down to, Susie's little lemonade stand. It's no different than any other business. Etymology. There you go. Yeah, it's getting to the base root. So yeah, I'm a first principles type of thinker. This is the way I like to think about anything. I call it, well, I like to use the Socratic method. It's the way, it's maybe, I don't know if it's the best way for everybody. It's the best way for me to figure out if something is worth its, worth anything. And that's, is to use a logical deduction, right? So you take any sort of logic and you apply it elsewhere. You break it down to its most basic logical basis, and then you apply it elsewhere. And if that logic falls apart elsewhere, then it's not universal. If it's not universal, then it can't be logic. Logic is universal, and that's the whole concept of it. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Thank you, Joe Lyman. Thank you so much. Wow, we got more likes than people watching at the moment. Anyway, before I lose my voice entirely, I wanted to go through this video, and this is a video from the what is the tax, Franco Terrazano, and he's with the advocate group for taxpayers in Canada, and this is a must see.
The Canadian Taxpayers Federation for 5 minutes of opening remarks. Mr. Terrazano.
You're going to hear from hundreds of individuals and groups asking for more money. My name is Franco Terrazano. I'm with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, and I'm here on behalf of 235,000 Canadian taxpayers asking you to spend less. I'm here today to say no more spending $8,800 on a sex toy show in Germany. No more racking up nearly 6 figures on fancy airplane food during a week-long trip. No more giving former governors general a $200,000 a year expense account for the rest of their life. No more taking pay raise after pay raise after pay raise while millions of Canadians struggle through a pandemic. No more giving 300,000 bureaucrats a raise while their neighbors lose their job or business. No more giving failing crown corporations like the Bank of Canada millions in bonuses. No more announcing $295 million for the Ford Motor Company, $420 million for Algoma Steel, $12 million for Loblaws, $20 million for Maple Leaf Foods, $110 million for Toyota, or announcing $372 million for Bombardier. Canadians need real relief. But Canadians are paying too much tax because the government wastes too much money. No wonder 72% of Canadians say they pay too much tax, according to a recent Ipsos poll released last week. 51 other national governments have cut taxes during the pandemic or to ease the pain of inflation. That includes more than half of G7 and G20 countries. 2/3 of OECD countries have also cut taxes during that time. While other countries cut taxes, Ottawa sticks Canadians with higher tax bills. The government has increased gas, payroll taxes, and alcohol taxes. The government is getting ready to impose a second carbon tax next year through fuel regulations. But Canadians cannot afford higher taxes, and we can't afford to waste more money covering interest charges on the government's credit card. The government isn't scheduled to balance the budget until 2041 under the current trajectory. That's according to recent PBO data. Interest charges over that period will have cost taxpayers $800 billion by 2041. That's a cost of $18,000 for every Canadian, and it's hundreds of billions of dollars that can't be used to improve services or lower taxes because that money is going to the bond fund managers on Bay Street. But there is some good news. The government could balance the budget next year. The government could also reverse its tax hikes, and the government could do that by bringing program spending back to the pre-pandemic and all-time high levels of 2018-19, adjusted upward for inflation and population growth. In 2018-19, the government spent more money than it did during any single year during World War II, even after accounting for inflation and population differences. That means the government overspent for years. So finding savings in every area of the budget should be like finding water in the ocean. Fortunately, we're now hearing the finance minister say that if politicians want to fund new programs and spend more money, they're going to have to find savings in other areas of the budget. And spending buckets of extra cash would only be pouring gasoline on the inflation fire. Now we're sure that politicians of all parties would agree at least with some of the savings in the CTF's 80-page budget submission, and we're happy to work with you on that. Because Canadians are struggling, Canadians can't afford any more taxes, any more tax increases, and Canadians can't afford to waste more money on interest charges. Fortunately, the government can provide relief and balance the budget. It'll just take modest spending restraint. Thank you.
Amazing. That was such an amazing speech. Love this guy for it. And that's Franco Terrazano from the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. And thank God there are people out there like that are going to come to our aid. Anonymous with a $10 super chat. Thanks, Clyde. Boils me that I paid real labor over taxed dollars for this property, and bank typed in numbers on a computer screen for mortgage. Money equals debt. Yes, money equals debt. And speaking of that debt, we just had the Bank of Canada raise interest rates by another 50 points. So that's 0.5%. Warns further increases are imminent. This is not something you can avoid. You're not going to avoid this. And it's crazy because the whole point of the government spending so much money and saying, oh, it's fine, it's no problem, is because they were saying record low interest rates. Well, what was the record low interest rates from? It was from the concept of being able to just print money. Because if you put more liquidity into the marketplace by printing money, you're gonna have inflation, of course, but you'll have record low interest rates. And well, here we are. They can't just keep printing money. They can't just keep inflating the currency. We have runaway inflation going on right now. I mean, it's not like hyperinflation by any means, but we have too much inflation. The numbers that I believe they're saying are like 8.5%. Realistically, if they went by the old CPI, the Consumer Price Index, and had the same basket of goods that they had years ago, we'd probably be sitting at like 13, and some people argue way more percent, an inflation rate at the moment. It's pretty high. It's pretty crazy. We actually, to get out of this, we need interest rates that are way higher. But we couldn't service those debts. They're higher than 8.5%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 10 to 14, Rage is saying. Yeah, 13 was what it was at, I believe, when Paul Volcker, it was Alan Greenspan in the United States, raised interest rates in the 1980s, late 70s, early 80s. And wow, that sent the economy into a downward spiral. And that's what happens. It puts people into saving mode because they're not taking on any debt. No way. Wow, dude, it doesn't matter why someone is homeless. Homeless is homeless. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. But we have more people coming out saying taxes are no good. And here's a place where I thought it was kind of interesting, and I didn't know that this was actually a case. But we have the Association for Counseling and Therapy of Alberta coming out on Twitter saying, thank you, Stuck Band, for supporting the tax-free therapy campaign. Did you know that if you get therapy for your mental health, you're charged taxes on it? I had no idea. Why is the government profiting from people's mental health? And here's what they had to say.
Hey, what's up? We're stuck on planet Earth. And like many of us, we've had our fair share of struggles with mental health, especially during the pandemic.
If we decide to seek help and pay for it, then why should the government tax our therapy?
Being charged GST or HST on therapy seems unfair. If you want to support Canadians' access to mental health services, go to taxfreetherapy.ca and sign the petition.
Sorry, they're playing like copyrighted music. I'm probably gonna get nabbed for that one. But yeah. Therapy. They're raking it in. My bills are very close to double, says one WW guy. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God, even profit from mental health crisis. This is seriously becoming unbearably bad. Totally. They're bloodsuckers, man. They're leeches. It's absolutely horrible. Can't believe this is what's going on. But here we are. At A for Canadian finance minister. Yeah. Therapy, they offer you MAID, and that's it. Well, yeah, that's where we're getting with things these days. Anyway, I have been talking for 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I usually try to keep it around the 2-hour mark on here. I had other things that I wanted to bring up, but as always, I couldn't get to all of it. We get rambling and ranting about all kinds of stuff. Love hanging out with you guys. I love giving you guys my Friday evenings. It's great. This is the best way to give back to the community. Hang out with you guys. And of course, as always, afterwards, go hang out in the Discord. The Discord link is in the description down below. If you're not familiar with Discord, it's a social media platform. It's a bit different than other social media platforms. You can join in a server, and it's full of chat rooms of different topics or whatever. The person who owns the server, I own the server, so I can set it up. I keep mine ultra simplistic for people who know Discord servers. They can be really hectic. I keep mine extra simplistic. Just a few chat rooms, a few video chat rooms, video and voice. So you can go in, you can hang out with people. This is where I can go back. I can have some wobbly pops, hang out with the community, get to hear other people's opinions on what's going on. And I love to do this on Friday night. It's always a good time to hang out with everybody. Love my time here on YouTube Live, and then I love my time there in Discord with the wobbly pops. And that's a tradition we do here. So absolutely, everybody that wants to come, anyone is welcome. It's a free to use platform. There's no you don't have to pay to get in or anything like that. Just join up. You can connect your YouTube account as well. If your YouTube account is connected to your Discord and you are a member here, it gives you special status in the Discord. Right now, it's not set up where you can't do anything if you don't have a membership. You can do all the stuffs, but it gives you a little, hey, this person's a member. Everybody check that out. That's how we have it set up for now, but maybe we'll give some perks in the near future. We'll see how that goes, but it's always working on stuff behind the scenes. I have some people helping me out, but honestly, it's crazy. I'm trying to cover the news, and there's so much going on there, and I'd rather bring you guys more stories than try to work on all the other things that aren't necessary stuff. That stuff will come, hopefully, sooner than later. We can get you guys t-shirts, stuff like that, if that's what you guys are into. Working on that. So, got a lot of stuff to get to. Anyway, I hope everyone had a great week. I'm going to take a couple of days off. So, we'll see you guys all on Monday morning for the usual video. And we'll see you then. Keep on trucking.